Damn. That didn't work. That worked. This one's way more broken in. Oh my gosh. Well, this one was lost in my chair for 3 months. So you really gotta whip it. Oh! Magnets! Oh! Hi, everybody. Welcome in, bitches and bros alike, and everyone in between. Can y'all hear me before we even continue? Is my voice heard by the folks in this room? Thank you. Okay, great. Hello, Whiskey. Hello, Nugget. Hello, Pickle. Hello, Bean. Hello, Specs. Hello, Pidge in the chat and back behind me here. Lurkers, listeners, now and later. I hope you're having a beautiful time zone wherever thou may art. I art recovering from, you know, just a little existential meltdown. You know what I mean? Easy peas, lemon squeeze, cover girl. Oh, man. Yeah, started up a little late tonight because, you know, that's why I say ish. I was really heavy on the ish portion of 9:30-ish this evening. But hey, I've been super on time lately, down to like the minute. Bean, can I have some muffin? What flavor?
Raga.
Is it lemon? Lemon and poppy seed? Because that sounds fucking good. Oh man, I hope everyone is comfy and snacked up, drank up, rested up, smoked up, and are chilling and are happy. Giant chocolate chip muffin. I need 3, please. I need 2 to store in each of my cheeks and 1 to just eat straight on. And then I'll just move the other one to the front, you know? I had a big dinner, and it's dragging my eyelids down just a little bit. I had this kick-ass pulled pork sandwich with Cajun corn on the cob and collard greens. Guitar guy, hell yeah on the hydration. And thanks for reminding me inadvertently. Pour it all over you, Tatum. You're doing great. Oh man, I feel a little like I forgot how to stream because like I didn't stream on Wednesday, as y'all may or may not have been aware. I woke up with, and I really rolled through the Rolodex on this one to be like, is this really the worst migraine I've ever had in my life? If it wasn't number 1, it was number 2, bitch. It was number 2. It had me Ralph Buicking up my lunch. It had me like trembling. I couldn't move my head. I could barely talk. It was, I mean, you know, 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. Don't recommend. And it didn't go anywhere until about midnight 30 that night. It dialed down from a 12 to a 7. So, got a little bit of relief. But, of course, the next day, I felt like hungover, like migraine hungover. But other than that, I felt great. And I was like, God damn it. Why did it have to happen on a stream day? Because y'all know I've been working so hard to stick to a schedule. And mostly succeeding. With the exception of Wednesday. And then that one other time where our sound cut out and it took way too long to get it back up. And it destroyed me for the night. Yeah. It drained me, gal. But yeah, we're here today, aren't we? And I'm so glad y'all are here with me. Holy shit. I feel like this week feels like a flash and a blur, of course, because doesn't it always? It either feels like a flash and a blur or it feels 3 months long, you know? Rarely any in between there, and it's rarely accurate. But I missed you all. I really did. And like, I gotta get back into the groove. Like, you know, not being in school, I fucking quit going to school, and school left the chat in 2015 for me. So any sort of structured environment that I had after that was in the form of whatever odd job I took at whatever office or whatever retail store. You know what I mean? And without having that structure for 3 years, I've been a floating dandelion seed. But this stream has been kind of the one thing I've been able to be consistent on these past several weeks. And me skipping on Wednesday had old muscle memory grooved upon brain patterns rising up again and being like, man, you want to cancel on Saturday too. Then maybe the Wednesday after that. It's like I would go to school like every semester. I'd be like, I'm not going to skip class. It's going to be great. I'm going to get all my fucking shit done. I'm going to be a good student. And then unbeknownst to me, the dopamine would stop dopamining and I would run out of spoons about a month and a half in, and then I'd skip one day, and then that'd turn into me skipping the next week. And then that would turn into me skipping the whole week. And that would turn into me low-key flunking out of grad school. So hey, old habits die hard, you know? That little devil on my shoulder was like, cancel this one too. You don't want to do it. Do you remember how nice it was to not do anything on that day? To have your evening back? To have, like, I get this thing in my head where it's like, you want to have your time back. But, like, it's not about, like, my logical brain is like, what do you mean time back? Like, you don't walk in, you don't commute to work and clock in anywhere. Like, you work from home. It's like I can sit in that chair and do nothing and make $0, or I can sit here and stream and make a few bucks. You know? For my jorb that we apparently all have to fucking have if we want to eat and be sheltered. Here we are, not even 10 minutes in, already ranting about capitalism, because aren't we always? Yes, doctor appointments too. Big time. Anything that requires an appointment or a set time, it's really, really difficult. But I'm glad to be here, glad to be back. We had a great time on PJ's stream last night too. It was community night. We played Fortnite and it was so much fun. Whiskey hopped in with us, and Bean and Pickle and Crystal. It was a lot of fun. And we won our final match of the night. Correct. It was great. And I've missed you all. I really have. Y'all are the reason why I'm even sitting here right now, because anytime that little goblin in my brain is like, you don't want to do it, don't do it, I remind myself of how much fucking fun we have here and how fun you all are and all the great conversations that we have, and the fucking, not to mention the 6-level hype train that happened last stream that I'm still mentally recovering from. That was bonkers batshit. Batshit bonks.
It was bonkers batshit.
Choo choo, bitch. Do we still have the emotes?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Forever?
Yes, yeah, that's what it's all
Oh, wow. I love them. And I also, for my tier 1 subby wubbies, got these 3 new emotes for yas. Because I get new slots when I, how you say, reach like thresholds on the subby wubby list, you know. Yes, Whiskey, it was so much fun. And I hope that it wasn't like too overwhelming. Like, you were taking it like a champ and a pro. Like, everyone was equally helpful and sometimes simultaneously, never in bad faith, never with malintent, but like, if I was thinking, like, if I were in that situation and I had maybe less spoons than I should have, it could have potentially overwhelmed me. So I hope we didn't overwhelm you, and if we did, I'm sorry, and I love you regardless, and I'm glad that you had fun. Yeah, Whiskey did great. But yeah, we're back. Don't really have anything structured. This might end up actually being a shorter one. But it doesn't really matter, does it? But we are going to cover some fun things. Good, Whiskey. I'm glad. Yeah. It's good to know your own limits as well. I just now am learning about my limits and learning how to voice when I am at my limit so that I don't push myself over the limit. It's important. And I'm glad that you're able to do that. But yeah, y'all, I've been fucking, holy shit. I've been nose to the grindstone and trying to crank out this merch on the shittiest base level little laptop that I bought at Walmart two and a half years ago, because my other laptop literally would not turn on. I did not use Twitch in any capacity. I did not exist online as Potatum in any capacity. I just needed a laptop. So I bought the cheapest one. And it's hard to believe.
Bruh, Mamma Mia.
It's very Mamma Mia. Such bruh. I can't believe that when we first started streaming, Pidge, we were streaming on our respective shitty little laptops. He's hiding because he knows the struggle. Struggle is real. Yeah. I can't believe how far we've come. How far we've come. And we have a desk now. Like, what the fuck? Are we kind of adulting a little? I think we are. But yeah, I have been doing my damnedest and my fastest to crank out this merch, and I have made a small dent in my design folder. But I want to show you all in painstaking detail. If it's not your thing, you can fast forward in the VOD, or I'll see you next time. Because I'm very, 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 very tired and proud of what I've been able to accomplish by my little tater self, okay? So I'm going to make you sit through a presentation of sorts. And it's going to be great, okay? We're going to do this. I've gotten everything working. It's just so much fucking easier. And I'm so fucking glad I made this move. Big shout out to Waba Streams, by the way, because they are the only reason that I even made this move, because they're the ones that mentioned Fourth Wall, and I hadn't even heard of it. And it's a company that like hosts and creates on-demand merch, a company like made by creators for creators. You get more say, like, creatively. The profit margins are way more reasonable than Teespring was, and the creators keep a larger chunk of a percent than at Teespring. Like, in the however many orders I had on Teespring in that short amount of time, I had 2 orders last night, and those have earned me over half of what my entirety of my orders on Teespring earned me. Like, I get so much more of the cut, and it's cheaper for y'all, and it's better quality. Like, it was a no-brainer for me to move over there. But we're gonna fucking go through it right now, okay? Hi, I'm over here now. And I have to adjust accordingly, as always. Do I adjust my body, or do I adjust... Okay. Are we good? Is this good? We're good. It's good. We're good. It's good. Okay. I also fixed the website, so now you don't need to put www anymore. That one deserves a fucking dance, because that was such a ridiculously stupid, arbitrary problem to have.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
That's it. That's it, Teespring. Sorry, not sorry, bitch. Okay, here's potatum.com. And I'm still working on the website. I'm going to learn how to do HTML again. Got to dust off my decade-and-a-half amount of cobwebs where I used to write HTML for MySpace and do layouts for friends and shit. I've got to like learn how to write basic HTML to make stuff even more compact and categorized. But Teespring was a lawless wasteland, and Fourth Wall, this is very much, there is structure to this, but I want it to be even more structured. So yeah, here's the main page. And I have my collection in full on this page, but like in preview form, and you click see more and it'll go into more of itself. But if you click shop up here, it will show you every single item in my shop. I'm not gonna do that necessarily, but I am gonna show you all of the collections, of which there are, I think, almost 20 at this point, if not over 20 different designs. And it's a little over a third of what I've made over these past few months. So yes, this is potatum.com. Oh my God. Why me? Okay. On mobile, the pictures are a lot smaller, but on this preview for whatever reason. It's large. Just go with it, okay? Just go with it. I incorporated my own art into my pieces. Okay, if I zoom out, it makes it worse. Maybe I'll do this. Okay. Yeah, that works. So these are my paintings. I've made scrunchies. I've made mugs. I made shoes today, bitch. Because why not? The option is there. And I did it. I've got hella mugs. The wraparound mugs come in different sizes. There's 11 ounce and then the 15 ounce. The 15 ounce are the big boys with the big handles. And those are only 15 bucks, the big ones. Pickle, I feel you. I feel you. It's like, me and Pidge were talking about it before stream. That HTML encoding, that stuff is very much use it or lose it. For me anyway, like, my God. And I haven't used it in like a decade or more. And yes, these are my watercolors that I've done. I'm so fucking excited about these. I painted 2 optical illusions painstakingly over several fucking days with watercolor and gouache. And this one looks better on paper. It still looks cool on the mug, but this one looks sick on the mug. It actually like works and moves. Whoa! Ooh! When you zoom in, it doesn't move. It's the illusion. You have to like... Oh shit! It's wiggling a little bit! But yeah. And I made scrunchies of all my florals because, hello, I'm wearing 4 scrunchies right the fuck now. So why wouldn't I make scrunchies? I made them literally today. And I made them for me because I love scrunchies. But I know y'all do too. And I made some hydrangea slip-ons, both men and women sizes. And more is coming. Like, this is the relaunch, but like I'm still actively adding shit to this thing all the fucking time. So check back often. If I don't have anything that tickles your fancy bone, then come back in a few days and you might see something that you like. And then of course we've got the autistic cat that was in my old store. I love that picture and I hope that cat is still with us and I hope they had a great day today. Of course we've got defleeted. This one doesn't have the dictionary definition, it's just the word because I'm trying to do less of the over explaining every aspect of everything. I don't want to have a couple of if you know things in here. This is a new one. I do not wish to be perceived because I don't. Please don't perceive me. Unless it's right now, you know, I'm being live is essentially asking to be perceived. But in any other situation, I do not wish to be perceived. That's a no from me, dog. In the words of PJ and Randy Jackson as well. FAFO, you know? Fuck around and find out. That speaks for itself pretty much. And like, I've made a little bit of everything in every collection. Not every collection has the same types of pieces, but you gotta go in there and you gotta dig. Like, some collections have like 6 pieces. Some collections have like 14 pieces. Like, it's so... I cannot express how much it is. Of course, I got the Cassandra Foresight. Far and away, my most popular item is my Cassandra merch. I haven't added the We're All Gonna Die Cassandra design yet. That was in my old shop. That one was really popular too. I'm gonna add it tomorrow because I know how popular it is. But this is the Foresight one, and this is my most popular item in the past couple of days. Why are you so large? Okay, yeah. The fucking mug. And it goes hard. That painting goes hard as fuck. I love it. Ugh, it's just so badass. And then, of course, we've got her mythology on the back of the mug. Little history lesson for you there when you're drinking your coffee and your tea and whatnot. And we got hoodies and shit, of course. And little magnets and stickers. Of course, my I don't know how to tell you to give a shit design was in my old store. This shop has holographic stickers, and I fucking love holographic stickers. So I made a bunch, and you should buy them. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, Nugget, I just saw your message. It does look like she's wearing it as a hat, which is funny. But this is the serpent informing her of prophecies that are going to come to pass. And then she tries to tell people, hey, this is what's getting ready to happen. And they don't believe her. So, if you've seen Encanto, Bruno is very much a Cassandra. The whole song We Don't Talk About Bruno is people talking about, he told me my fish would die, and the next day my fish died. And one day, he told me that my hair would disappear. Now look at me, I'm bald. And on my wedding day, he said it was gonna rain, and then a fucking hurricane came. And because all those things happened, they're all Bruno's fault. It's like, no, Bruno is just autistic and really good at seeking patterns, and he's just direct and observes and then tells. And if it comes true, it's not because he made it true. He was just telling you that it was going to happen. You've got to watch Encanto if you haven't. Okay. Then we've got Growing Out of Pure Spite, one of my fucking faves, of course. And we've got tie-dye fucking beanies and shit. Tie-dye! Hello?
Oh my God!
The Purple Passion Growing Out of Pure Spite beanie is my shit. Purple Passion, yes. Is it this one? Yes. This is the one that Bean loves. Ooh, these colors. These colors go hard as fuck, dude. They go so hard. They go so fuck. Excuse me, PJ Sound? Excuse me? But I'll show you the other colors, of course. We've got the skies in the preview. And then we've got Cotton Candy, which I love. Oh my God! Sometimes I see shit that I love and it makes me angry, you know? I think it's called Cute Aggression. I think it's a real thing. I think this color's called Ocean. This is another Chef's Kiss. Ugh.
It's like 90s as fuck.
It is 90s as fuck, and so am I, bitch. Yes, we do have tie-dye dad hats as well. They go hard as fuck. I gotta make sure I made a tie-dye hat in this one. We've got the hoodie, of course, and the long sleeves. We've got the normal dad hat. Okay, I'm gonna make a tie-dye hat in this one. And as many of them as I can. This website's weird because I'll make a piece of merch one day and then the next day that link will be a little wonky with my internet, so I can't make that product for that day. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's my internet, my laptop, the website, or all three. But at any rate, this is a brand new one I made last night during PJ's stream. I launched this collection, made all the merch. If I had 3 eyeballs, they would have all been doing different things last night. I love it so much. I love the pastels. It says I don't belong here if you can't see. Last Spoon, of course. This was like part of my newest drop on my old Teespring. And then all of these hoodies and hats, not hoodies, beanies and hats are embroidered. It's not print. So like, it's like stitched in there, bitch. And I love the little spoon. I'm gonna get a little spoon beanie and wear it when I need an extra spoon. Oh yes. And then I made this one last night as well. I love Medusa shit, and I saw this Medusa design. And I was like, this is fucking hilarious. Because look at these snakes on her head. They're tied up in a knot and they're fucking fighting. And she's like, could y'all not? Hello? And I didn't even mean to make the KNOT/NOT pun. I truly think she was, I see this as Mr. and Picky, like going at each other. And I'm very much like, could y'all not? It's very much that energy. Yeah, very much the, could y'all fucking not? I love it. I love being able to make stuff. Like painting takes a specific spoon set that I don't always have. But making shit, graphic design and like designing clothing is just so much easier for me to just crank out all these ideas that I can't execute with my hand and watercolor. You know what I mean? And I'm fucking so glad that I have this outlet. I made this one last night and it goes hard as fuck and I'm so excited about it. you can like add messages when you make a purchase, and you can also like add donations and add messages. Like fourth wall is just very like intimate between like the supporter and the creator, and I fucking love that so much. But last night someone said, I came for the Cassandra Foresight mug and I stayed for the Neurospicy bucket hat. And they got one of each. It made me so happy. Because on Teespring they wanted me to charge y'all $52 fucking dollars. No, sorry. That was the base price of a bucket hat, was $51. And if I wanted to make $1 or more, I would have had to charge $52 minimum on a bucket hat. And they weren't denim. They were just like regular cloth, like solid color. These are denim, and they come in 4 colors.
Like it all speaks for itself.
It does speak for itself. That was a classic. And then the black denim, bitch. And then the light denim, which is gorgeous. But this next one is my favorite. That's why I saved it for last. It's like a mix of panels. It's the light denim with the dark denim. And like on the sides, it's like alternated. I love that shit.
It looks like it belongs in Fortnite.
PJ said it looks like it belongs in Fortnite. That's so fucking funny. Let me go ahead and put my link in here, by the way. Bean, did you say that UK shipping is only $4? Holy fuck. That's incredible.
That's even better. Holy shit, that's crazy. Like,
They were charging out the ass over on Teespring. They really were. It's actually infuriating. The only reason I picked Teespring is because I didn't know what other company even made merch, right? And this one TikTok creator I follow, Pearlmania 2000, he's the ginger with the glasses that yells a lot. We love him in this house. But he like ranted in an Arby's parking lot, and at the end of the video he was like, there ain't no sympathy in an Arby's parking lot. And he got a bunch of that needs to be a shirt comments. So he made just like this, quick little designed shirt. Very much like a shit post. And he used Teespring. So I kept that in my mind for like 3 months. And then last month I just started up on Teespring. And yeah, that's on me for not doing more research, because I could have saved myself a whole lot of rigmarole Rick Moranis if I had just Googled and found fourth wall. But hey, you can't blame yourself for shit you didn't know about, But I gotta show you this design too, with not just the words. I love the see-through fucking skull with the brain. Brain on fire, dreaming of a fire extinguisher. If you know, you know. The neuros do be spicy, don't they? But I love that one so fucking much. There's also magnets and stickers with that one. Of course, this is the one that caused an unexpected fucking stir on Twitter. And I got called a shill and a loser and a grifter and an abuser and a reverse ableist and a bully and just evil. Like, I am evil incarnate for making a shitpost of a merch. That was conceived during a chat in Pidge's stream. I think it was Crystal that made the joke so we were talking about tears, and someone said neurotypical tears, and someone said delicious, and I was like in the middle of making merch, and I said BRB, making neurotypical tear merch, LOL, and I fucking churned it out in like 15 minutes, and it comes in black, white, and clear if you like pint glasses. We've got, these are so fun. I gotta show you. These come in different colors, like 10 different colors. Well, yeah, 10. The mug itself is white, but the handle on the inside changed colors, bitch. Whiskey. Sorry you didn't think of it first. What name did you use? Melissa. Sorry, Melissa. I love the green one, but the blue one is so just like cartoonishly tear colored. Ugh, I love it. It's so fun. And we've got like a travel mug, a wine tumbler, bitch. We've got a stainless steel tumbler and one of those little stainless steel koozies that you can put your beer in and your Coke in. Like it keeps cans. And your energy drink, your Monsters, your Red Bulls, and what have you. Your Bang Bangs, your G Fuel, whatever you fucking drink. Whatever it is. So yeah, that's those. And then of course the Google No Spoons. The hats have just a little dinosaur on them. But the mugs have the actual No Spoon screen. This one, oh my god. It's another one that's so cute it makes me mad. This little potato grub looking little guy makes me so fucking happy. And he looks just so peaceful and like wise. What happened? My mouse did my mouse did a mouse thing. Okay. Look at him. Look at his little arms. And his little root feet. And his little... Are those cherry tomatoes? I don't know. In his hair. And he says nothing matters. What a relief. Look at his belly button. I love him. And it comes in a fuck a ton of colors. On Teespring, y'all, I could only choose 5 colors. 5. I'm wearing 14 right now. It's hard for me to just whittle something down to 5, okay? And it broke my spirit every time.
But don't put me in a box.
Don't put me in a box, okay? I am shapeless. I am a cryptid.
I'm unboxed.
I am unboxable, okay? Please don't box me. I don't like feeling pain. But yeah, I love that one. Of course, we've got the classic potatum, little bush, little her. This little lady and cat is on the back of everything, and that's my little logo. It's everywhere. I'm really trying to hammer it home. You know what I mean? You can't escape it.
The potato in the corner.
It is inevitable. And then, of course, one of my latest Teespring launch, powered by Spoonie. And I love him. He's so cute. And he's embroidered on this ocean-colored beanie. And I need him. Also, Fourth Wall is the shit. Because I joined their Discord, like their creator Discord. And they gave me $15 in credit to buy samples of my merch. Because I joined their Discord. Teespring could never.
Yeah, Teespring would never.
Teespring would never. Teespring ran me through the fucking thing that hurts, an ouchie machine, through the ringer. Why can't I words? I'm weaning myself off my ADHD medication, so she's going through it. But they wouldn't even let me use promo codes over there. And Fourth Wall has given me sample credit for free. 15 of them. So I'm just beyond thrilled. And I'm sitting on that because it's impossible for me to make a decision. Because every time I put something new out, I'm like, but that's the one I want. I made shit that I like and that I would wear. And if you like it and you vibe with it, that is fantastic and I'm so glad. But I'm not worried about making everyone happy. And that's why I'm having so much fucking fun with this. Like, I know it's not for everybody. Quite frankly, I don't want it to be for everybody. You know? Alt-right pieces of shit need not apply.
You're right.
Need not wear my username on their body, you know? But the people who do vibe with it, you're my people and I love you. Okay?
Wear my clothes.
Wear my clothing. Okay, this is another one of my paintings that I've incorporated into merch. I didn't put it under my art category because I made a line of it in and of itself. So in the coming days, if you see a category by Potatum, that means I painted the art with my hands and watercolor that is on it. The $5 donation converts to $4.20. Yes! That's high-key perfect.
Cosmic.
I'll drink to that. It's legal in my state, therefore it's legal on my stream. Do not come for me.
You're so cute.
Did you just giggle and say I'm so cute?
Yeah.
You're so cute, baby. I love you. Okay. I painted this.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I painted this a day or two after
Balls.
Balls. Hey, stinky. I painted this a day or two after Roe v. Wade got overturned in June 2022. And yeah, it fucking speaks for itself, okay? She was feeling it. She was feeling it.
The giant horse cock weighs over 11 pounds.
Not 10. Not quite 12. But at least 11. Anyway, the original name of this piece is You Asked For It, but I don't... out of context, that seems a little... So instead, I changed it to Redacted the Rich. Because apparently saying the words the rich is considered terrorism now? It was on a list, including phrases like fascists go home. I don't know if that list is real. I heard it was from like the Department of Homeland Security. I'm not trying to be labeled a domestic terrorist. I just think we should redacted the rich. I think they could use a little redacting, you know? Anyway, I've got mugs and sweaters and stickers and shit in that one. This is another Firking dessert that I love so much. Love so much, so much. It says, I can do all things through spite, which strengthens me. Spite is my lifeblood. It courses through my veins 25 hours a day. It's what keeps me alive. Ongoing. Freshly replenished daily. Sometimes hourly. You know? And when I'm running low on spite, it doesn't take long for somebody to come through and just splash me in the face. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can do all things through spite, which does strengthen me. Spite is to me the same as spinach is to Popeye. It's my fuel.
Gives you tumors in your forearms.
It gives me pumped up balloon-shaped arms. It does. They're really good for floating in the pool. I made this design from start to finish last night because I think one of my mutuals on Twitter said something about French fries. And it was like, I don't have any French fry merch. Let me make a French fry something. So it literally is just stay fried because you should. You absolutely should. I stay fried so I don't have to get fried, you know what I mean? But I want to show you a cute little detail that I added on the side of most of the hats that I've made. It's a little stitch design of the main pattern. So this one has a little French fry order stitch on the side of it. And the Neurospicy hat has a little pixel flame stitched on the side of it. So fucking cute. Cute. It gives me cute aggression. So I have to say it like that. Sticker doodle, I just opened up a black screen and just started picking shit and putting them strategically as if I were doodling it on like a notebook. Super fun little cat stickers and such. And I just think it's a little silly and a little fun. And this cat kind of looks like Mister.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does.
Little boy.
And then this kitty right here, there's something in my eye. Not just my finger. Oh,
Huh.
super fun, super cute. And I made sticker sheets as well. I just love that. I'm living my Lisa Frank, Animal Planet, Eliza Thornberry fantasy, okay? Let me have this world, okay? Universe, can I have this? Thank you. And then, of course, the Your Unfriendly Neighborhood Immunocompromised Person merch that I love so fucking much. That was highly requested this summer, sorry, last month. Like, it feels like summer still. But September, when I started making more SARS-CoV-2 content that was more current, and I opened a video saying, hi, it's your unfriendly neighborhood immunocompromised person. And I had a lot of immunocompromised folks message me and comment on that saying, can you please make that a shirt? Can you please make that a blank, a merch, a something? So I did. I did that for y'all. I did. And for me, of course. We listen to the people. And of course, the bottom of the shirt in fine print. It will be clear on the shirt. The picture is not that clear, but it does print clear on the shirt. This item is designed by an unfriendly neighborhood immunocompromised person. Just because the user of this item is using this item doesn't mean it serves as an invite for unsolicited questions about the user's health. Just let us enjoy things, okay? Damn. Really, though. Let us enjoy things. Like silly little shirts. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Then, of course, we've got hats. And I have some embroidered tie-dye tees in a few of these designs. I'm going to make more. But this is stitched on the, atop the left breast there. And these come in different colors. You've got the rainbow. And then you've got the navy and white, which is super cool. And loading super fast and quickly. Then we've got the Milky Way, which is like purpley, pinky, bluey, whitish. And then the sherbet rainbow. Oh man, this one's so cool. This one is kind of like the one I'm wearing.
Yeah, it is.
That's funny. Except this is like dark, 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 dark pink. But yeah, I feel like that's it. I think that's all. Which, when I look at it like that, I did only show you 4 or 5 things at a time. But like I said, there's dozens of pieces. You gotta go digging for them. But yeah, I'm so fucking proud of it. I worked really fucking hard. I also am figuring out how to do the Twitch gifting. Because Fourth Wall has the ability for me to host giveaways on my streams, or giveaway links or whatever, to win free merch, but it also gives me the ability, or gives you all the ability, to gift merch to your friends, gift merch to other users. I'm still working out the details on that. I am but a one-tater team, and a bitch is tired, okay? And I still have to exist and feed my meat suit and sleep and whatnot. So I'm figuring it out, but once I do, of course y'all will be the first ones to know. But before we leave this, I have to show you the fucking little pixel flame on the side of the hat. So cute. God damn it. My merch fills me with cute aggression, and I fucking love it. And the little flame in the middle with the cowboy font, bitch. Okay, let me read what Bean said. I was looking at the colorful neurotypical Tears mug, and I just noticed some of them aren't available in the bigger sizes. So I just wondered if that's a Fourth Wall stock issue. That is a stock issue with Fourth Wall, and I'm glad you said something. Because another reason that Fourth Wall is superior is I get emails when variations of items that I have created are out of stock. And I get emails when they're back in stock. So I haven't checked my folder today to see if I have any. It also hasn't been 24 full hours since I put this up. So maybe I'll get the email when it restocks. But maybe it ran out before I made the merch, if that makes sense. At any rate, I didn't receive an email about it, but there are some temporary like back orders on some stuff, but I'm gonna do better about reminding y'all when they're back in stock, especially if something's really popular. But I feel like Fourth Wall definitely does have a membership program as well, where you can like pay a certain amount of month. It's kind of like Patreon, but I don't know what I want to put on there. I don't know what I would do. Like, I barely have the spoons to churn out free content. Like, what do I want to make? Content that's priced and whatnot. But I need to see about learning about making sure y'all can sign up for updates on the stock and whatnot. I'm still learning. But if something's temporarily not available, it's definitely a fourth wall thing. Because, bitch, if it was up to me, everything would be available always. No questions asked. No problems whatsoever. And it would be easy from start to finish. But yeah, just keep checking back. If something is unavailable that you're really, really, really wanting, just keep checking back every day or two until it comes back. Because they are quick about restocking shit. There's usually like, it's inside of a week that I'm noticing that I'm getting an email saying something's out of stock versus back in stock. So they're quick with it. They have to be, because this stuff is in high demand and it's really high quality, and I'm so just exhausted and relieved that this is almost over. That any new merch that I add after this big grand relaunch will just be a little sprinkle here and there. It won't be 58 fucking items at once, you know? But yeah, that is the merch. Potatum.com with the number 8. And you don't need the www anymore. Isn't that phenomenal? We are in the 21st century, folks. We are here. HEAR, bitches. Thank you, Bean. I'm still processing that it's even happening. But it's been received really well so far. I can't believe how much more I'm able to earn on this stuff versus Teespring. It's night and fucking day. How am I gonna make 60% of my all-time Teespring revenue on 2 orders with fourth wall? My stuff is not, I'm cutting everything down. I don't price anything. I think the only thing I keep at the value that it recommends are the mugs, because the profit margin is already really small on that and I can't change it too much, or I'll like start losing money and it won't let me send it through. But like, you guys know how I feel about money. You know how I feel about capitalism. You know how I feel about numbers on a screen and green paper and coins determining our tier of existence. I don't need the Chadley broskies coming at me and saying, but you have a merch shop, how can you be anti-capitalist? Sit on it and spend, dude. I have to make money to survive somehow. What do you suggest? Just go out and get a job? Okay.
Simply be rich.
Simply be rich. Simply be born with rich parents. It's easy.
Duh. Simply.
Whew. Thank you, Pickle. Thank you, Bean. I'm just making fucking exhaustion noises because okay.
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? That was the merch showcase, bitch. I'm still building the website, okay? Don't sue me, please. It's very simple. Very easy to navigate. You already know my autistic ass has the categories of merch in alphabetical order. The spoons were spooning. Yes, they were spooning at 2:30 last night. I was like, let me just get this last one and then I'll go to bed. Oh shit, wait, I have to make 3 more things. Like, I had to like Control-Alt-Delete Task Manager, kill task, physically take sleeping aid pills over the counter to fucking power off last night. I only say over the counter like that because if I could have prescription ones, I would. But doctors don't take me seriously. And I'm sick of having to be an activist in my doctor appointments. Doc, if I look at you and say I can't fucking sleep, just believe me. Believe me. Okay? Because I can't. I can't without cannabis or Advil PMs or Z Sleeps or Z-Quil. Like, and sometimes it doesn't work. But anyway. Oh my God, yeah, Whiskey. They're coming in clutch with the old, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Advice. You went to 8 years of med school for this. The gag is we all use the same Google. Anyway, going to go ahead and take a quick BRB. I said a quick BRB. Then when I get back, we'll talk about more things. Stay tuned. Hoi. That was a quick one. Just making sure everything's still good. Anytime we have tech issues, it's not because of us or because of our physical technology. It's a software thing, you know? So I always gotta check my levels when we return, but we are back. Oi! So, over the past few streams, I've mentioned it sort of in passing, but I was messaged by the chief feature writer at iNewspaper in the UK, which I didn't even really know existed until I received this message. And she must have just searched in Twitter for the topic that she was wanting to write about and saw a tweet that I made about it at some point. I don't even know which one it could have been. But she asked me why, or she wanted me to provide a short statement on why I'm choosing to be child-free by choice, because she was writing an article about why, you know, people my age and older are child-free by choice, and she said, don't worry, it's not like a judgmental thing. It's very, like, nuanced and judgment-free, and just want to hear your side of things. So I was like, cracks knuckles. All right, bet. So I typed up a little fooey little blurb. And I sent it in. She said it was great. She said everything was great, and she'll properly reply to me soon. Didn't hear back from her for a little while. Sometimes it takes a while. When I was interviewed for Glamour UK, it took over 3 weeks for the article to come out. So like I never know with these things. But I, you know, was checking her Twitter profile every few days because journalists always tend to post the articles that they write on their Twitter. And it got posted at like 1 a.m. the other night, and she hadn't messaged me or anything. So I was like, that's odd. So I clicked it, and I wasn't in it at all. So, listen, this is my stream. Full fucking disclosure. I'm a human being with feelings and emotional dysregulation. I was salty and confused, but I had a few simultaneous reasons why I wasn't included. First and foremost, she said that she was interviewing people across the UK, and I told her that I was interested, but I'm actually in the US. I'm like, I said, if you still want me to send you something, I'm more than happy to, but just full disclosure, I'm in the US. And she was like, that's fine. It's great to get a US voice in there too, you know, and she was all for it. So one of my theories is that I might have been the only person that she inadvertently reached out to that wasn't American, because the article is very much like, we interviewed 6 men and women from the UK and Wales and whatnot, and, you know, I'm not one of them. Another one of my theories is that I was just too direct and blunt and maybe a little too conversational. It kind of read like a long Twitter post, I guess. I don't know. I'm too weirded out and like awkward to message her. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bother her. She's busy. I don't hold any ill will toward her or anything. I was salty when I originally saw that it didn't happen, but hey, I can't control it. It is what it is. It's fine. But I'm still going to read y'all what I wrote, and then we can go over the article together, because I haven't even really read it yet. Another reason why I thought that maybe I wasn't included is because I was, from what I remember, just kind of skimming through and looking at everyone's age, I was the youngest by a number of years. She interviewed a lot of people who were in their mid to late 30s and in their early to mid 40s, and I'm 31, and I feel this strongly about it, and that in and of itself jars people. But hey, bitch, I have been child-free by choice since I was like in my mid 20s when I decided I am not having kids. I do not want to have kids. And I told my doctors then that I wouldn't change my mind. They didn't believe me. The better part of a decade later, here we are. Still haven't changed my mind. Still not going to. Ever. Period. And that's not just me. That's with my life partner. This is a choice we've made together. A choice that we are extremely happy with. A choice that we are extremely at peace with. So yeah. let's fucking read what I wrote. And let's include you all on the split screen. She said send her a short little paragraph. So, this is my short little paragraph. Okay. My reasons for being child-free are multiple. As a 31-year-old late discovered high masking autistic adult. Eden the Real, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, 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 yes. You are here now. I appreciate you. Lovely friend. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. As a 31-year-old late discovered high masking autistic adult with ADHD, knocking over my water, I spent the first 28 years of my life suffering in silence. I was continuously traumatized by my surroundings in a world not built for me. I'm finally getting to know myself for the first time, and this involves me fleshing out my exact wants, needs, and dreams. After a lifetime with no agency, I'm making up for lost time. Pretty straightforward, right? Not really pulling any punches there, just plainly stating. And I don't know if she wanted more beat around the bushy language, but it only gets more direct from there. Being late discovered disabled means my decades-long struggle, it's been a great stream. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you next time, or I won't. And marker. Rolling. Action. Being late discovered disabled explains my decades-long struggle to hold a steady job. Trying to live up to abled expectations as an unknown disabled person is a life I would wish on no one. I am unable to work a public job due to said disability as well as my compromised immune system. I am barely able to keep myself alive, and I have no interest in bringing a child into this world to inevitably suffer as a result of my own struggles. Before I continue, I am not speaking for anyone else. I'm not even really at this point speaking for PJ. Like, I mentioned my life partner on down, but like, I'm speaking for myself only. This is not in any way, shape, or form me saying that if you are disabled, you shouldn't have kids. That's not me saying that at all. If you are disabled, you deserve to have the exact life that you want to have. And if that involves and includes you having children, whether biologically or by adoption, please, I want you to be able to do that with your life and be happy. If that means being child-free and just owning cats forever, and instead of spending your money on diapers and baby food, you spend it on shitty little butt cheek toilet paper, earrings, and Fortnite skins, do that. That's fantastic. Like, above all else, I don't give a fuck about what society wants you to be, what the patriarchy expects you to do. I want you to be fucking happy. I'm also not saying that if you're poor or if you're in poverty, you shouldn't have children. I'm not saying that at all. These are my reasons for not having kids, and they're multiple, and they're even more fucking nuanced than what I was able to say here. But it's all connected, as we already know. I just, before we continue, really wanted to make that clear, that I'm not speaking for anyone else or what I believe anyone else should do with their life. Okay. Got it? Good. Next. Speaking of suffering, have we not looked around lately? The state of the world is at its most dire in humankind's history in terms of climate change, raging pandemics, ongoing wars, and end-stage capitalism. Within the system of American capitalism, when you are unable to exploit your body for labor and capital, you're as good as dead. And I'm aware of the scalding temperature of that take when it comes to perhaps, you know, baby boomer aged financiers of newspapers, for instance. I don't know if she had to run this by any sort of editor. She is the chief feature writer, but that doesn't mean that, like, I don't know how newspapers work. I don't know how the chain of command works. I don't know how many eyeballs had to approve of these things before they got published. I don't know who made the final decision. But I feel like I've been interviewed for UK publications just as much, if not more, than American publications. And with American publications, they tend to post, I don't want to use the word sensationalized, but that's definitely American media, right? But like, they don't mind a spicy take. Like, they'll put it in there if it gets them clicks or if it gets them talking. But like, English media and like British media and UK media is just a different beast. And like, it seems a little more like very Gus Fring throwing up after he poisoned everyone in Breaking Bad, right? He just very politely put his glasses down, tightened his tie, threw up the poison, straightened up and left. Just very calculated and put together. Like, that's very much the vibe. Eden, let me read this. Hi, I saw your Twitter post about autism and they really resonated with me. Also, I'm pretty sure my cousin watches you. What? Your cousin has questionable taste. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you found something that resonates. I love that you reached out. I love that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. This community is so fucking cool. We're made up of largely late discovered, neurodivergent in some way, anti-capitalist in some way, people who have each other's backs and we take care of each other. And I'm so glad you're here, Eden. Thank you for being here. And tell your cousin I said hello if they do indeed watch me. And if they don't, still tell them I said hello. Maybe it'll creep them out in a not too creepy way. Buttspot, back at it again. We're blind. We can't handle the spice. That's funny, Bean. Do you like spicy food, Bean? How do y'all feel about spicy food in general? This is not just for the Brits and the UKers. This is for everyone. I fucking love spicy food. Does it love me? No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
But I love it.
But I love it so much.
Same.
That love is largely unrequited.
It's an abusive love.
It is an abusive love. Yeah. Toxic.
It's toxic AF.
Toxic AF to my gastrointestinals. All right. We're back to this. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I feel like I might be so bold as to say that I don't think anyone else that got interviewed had such a staunch view of capitalism and was so outwardly expressive with it. But we'll see. We're going to read it together. Let's continue. I spend most of my days powering on my brain in order to survive another day. A large portion of my time is spent being vocal about these ongoing intersectional issues. There's no easy fix for any of this, but for me, my beautiful partner, and our lives together, we want to spend the back 2/3 of our lives living for ourselves and taking care of those around us. We don't need to have a child in order to feel complete. My capacity to give birth has nothing to do with my calling or how I choose to spend my time on this planet. Period. Period. I think I wrote this at like 3 p.m. My eddies were kicking in. I was just like, yeah. Fuck capitalism. People often call me selfish for these opinions and views, to which I say, selfish for whom? My hypothetical child that doesn't exist? I'm beginning to see that much of the disdain and hostility that I receive is born from guilt and resentment. To be frank, my choices aren't about you. My life choices are exactly that, mine. Okay. I haven't read this since I sent it, and it's a little spicier than I remember, you know? If the publication is largely milquetoast in nature, then this is too spicy, and I'm aware. But bitch, I said what I said. I feel the same way today as I did when I fucking typed this. Nothing has changed. I'll pull this up a year, 5 years, 10 years from now. It will be the exact fucking same. Yeah, like. But I posted about the fact that my interview or my statement was not used, and someone made a really good point. They commented on the post and they were like, what is it? Like, why are people so fucking weird and nosy about what other people do as far as having kids or not having kids? And I agree with that. Why so nosy? Why so nosy? I gotta read y'all's spicy answers. Yeah, Whiskey, we're in the same situation there. Pickle is picky. Love that. Nugget loves it. Sylvia loves it. Ooh, bold flavors. That's me too. I love a good caper. I love most anything pickled. I'm dabbling in fermented food, you know, or I have dabbled. I don't necessarily seek it out, but if I'm feeling froggy, I won't turn it away either. Yeah, we haven't tried kimchi. Curry, yes.
Oh.
Bean loves kimchi. Tapatio's good though, Pickle. Tapatio's good. My favorite hot sauce is Valentina. We keep a newborn-sized bottle of it in the fridge, and we're almost out. And I also love Crystal hot sauce. And I love Crystal, our lovely mod. Let's see. Sylvia, I'll eat anything fermented except... Is that natto or natto? I'm not sure. The smell.
Spelling looked like natto.
Natto? Whiskey. I basically lost the ability to choose over the pandemic, and my father had the audacity to say I had a heart for children after I raised my younger sibling. Oh my fucking...
Dwight, you ignorant slut!
Oh my god!
Not the emotionally immature parent applauding the kid for doing their job for them. That's why we're reading the book, people. That's why we're reading the book. Another greatest hit from the parents that I love is, but you turned out fine. Did I? No, 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 no. Natto is a traditional Japanese food made from whole soybeans. Oh, fermented soybeans.
H-E-A-R, bitches, I am here!
Crystal's here! I was just talking about how much I love you and how much I love Crystal the hot sauce. Welcome, beautiful Crystal. Bean said that Crystal is very hot sauce.
It's true.
We talked about Crystal enough, and Crystal was summoned. Is it an outing? We've got it right here on Maine. It's going to live on the VOD on YouTube forever. Am I outing you, or am I reading the comments out loud? I'm out louding you. I'll say that. Crystal's been summoned. So fucking funny. Okay. Okay, yeah, I finished the fucking statement. I still have it up for some reason. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I don't turn down opportunities when they're presented to me. So, normally when people ask me why I'm child-free, I usually respond with something to the effect of, because go fuck yourself, because it's really none of anyone's business. But she presented it to me in such a way where it was like a conversation opener and like giving space for people who are child-free by choice to actually speak of it in not a shameful way. Because if you are child-free by choice, or if you know someone who's child-free by choice, you already know. You get a lot of sideways looks. You get a lot of confusion. You get a lot of, but you'll change your mind. You'll get a lot of, but what if? You'll get a lot of, well, what about your future partner that you haven't met yet? Or what about all those hypothetical kids you're not gonna have? And when I said that the disdain that is directed to me is born from resentment, it kind of is in most of the cases that I've experienced. Because I don't get pushback from other people who are child-free by choice, or generally who are child-free at all. Mainly, the pushback that I get are from people who have children, which is a little weird. Little weird.
Let's dissect that.
Yeah, PJ said, let's dissect, let's unpack that one. It's almost like for some people, they were just doing what their families told them to do. and what society told them to do. And they realize the grass was not greener. And then they get mad at people who made the choice for themselves to not have children. And then they project their guilt and resentment onto child-free by choice people. Thank you. Sylvia, when people ask me why I'm not having kids, I list the long amount of potentially genetic disorders in my family, and they shut up pretty fast. Yeah, Eden. My sister is child-free, and my mom keeps telling her she'll probably grow out of it. It's just a phase, even though you're fucking a full-grown ass adult. Even though she's an adult. Sylvia, to touch on your point, that's like, my family tree is rife with, you know, blood pressure issues and diabetes and cancer and heart attacks and strokes and just straight up not a good time the further you go up the tree, right? But I want to maintain and reiterate the fact that I am not, for any reason in any way, saying that if you are disabled, chronically ill, have a chronic condition, have any health issues, that you shouldn't have children. That's not at all what I'm saying. You have children if you want to have children. And if you do not have children and you don't want to have children, then that is your choice as well, regardless of your health. Continuing on that point though, I've been child-free since before I realized my neurodivergence, and obviously with that realization, that child-free choice not only didn't change, but it became even more solidified. Because like, for the first 28 years, I was being everyone but myself. And I literally had to start from square one and reprocess my life with that new knowledge and start building brick by brick a new life with this new knowledge. And I'm still very new in the figuring out that I'm ADHD thing, right? I'm inside of 2 years because the realizations were staggered. I was realized ADHD first, and then a handful of months later realized autistic, and I've since been confirmed both. One by a doctor, one by a neuropeer. Done, right? But the dust is still settling from that. I'm still very much in deep, deep burnout from just walking into a room where I've been collecting jars for 30 years. And you can't see through any of them, and none of them are labeled. And some of the lids are rusted on, and I've had to go through one at a fucking time and individually open each jar and fucking sift through whatever the fuck is inside and then put it away properly. And that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of spoons. It takes a lot of horsepower to make all these retroactive realizations. So when I said I feel like I'm making up for lost time, I most definitely am. And I realize that in and of itself can be seen as a selfish statement. But it's only really seen as selfish from people, right? Exactly like Pete just said, people who got bamboozled into doing something that they thought they were supposed to do. From people who can't do that for themselves. For, you know, just the same people who come at you sideways when they say things like, maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe blah, 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 blah. Oh, you'll be lonely. Oh my goodness, who's gonna take care of you when you're old? Oh, really telling on yourself there with that one? Is that why you had kids? I'm really trying to not temper my language, knowing that these live on YouTube forever. You know what I mean? And I've already said so much that already lives on YouTube forever. But holy shit. We've been reading through Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents by Lindsay C. Gibson. I think on next stream we're going to do chapter 2 of that book. It's been a handful of streams. But holy shit. From a very young age, my parents... And this is like fucked up to... It's just something that happened, but like when I'm putting it into words and actually saying them out in the universe, it's kind of really fucked up. But like my parents from a very young age like primed my younger brother and I for their death, and was like preparing them for their death. For like 20 years, they've been preparing us for their death with periodic reminders that they're not going to be here forever. And like as we would get older and we would want to do our own thing, we heard a lot of the, well, one day you're going to miss us. One day you're going to regret not spending this time with us, you know. And just a lot of like head games and like making us worry that they're going to die soon my whole life. And like every few birthdays, them having an existential moment of, wow, y'all, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Adult me now being here says, bitch, do any of us? No. Statistically, as you age, of course, as your lifespan reaches its natural, you know, back 9, statistically, sure, you are closer to the end of your life. But in reality, nobody fucking knows. So, like, please stop projecting such existential shit onto your single-digit aged children. Okay? Because it's been fucking me up for 3 decades. But, like, I'm 3 decades late to the party in discovering this stuff about myself and really coming to terms with the fact that I was abused and neglected as a child, learning how to reparent my inner child and forgive myself for past mistakes that were never even my fault, and unpacking a lifetime of projections that have been forced upon me by the world and by my family and people who claim to have loved me. Like, bitch, why the fuck would I bring a child into the storm of my life? I can't say with certainty that I would be what that child needed. And honestly, I can't say for certainty that that child will be what I needed. So why would I bring a human being with a social security number and a heartbeat that I have to keep alive by law and not traumatize them to the best of my ability? Why would I birth them into gestures vaguely to world on fire, you know? And like, it just releases so much pressure. Seeing society for the fucking sham that it is, seeing end stage capitalism for the sham that it is, and and having such a persistent drive for autonomy, I instinctually want to do the opposite of what the system wants me to do, which is, you know, sit in a desk Monday through Friday, 35 hours a week, K through 12, do the 4 years of college, even grad school and doctorate if you got it, and then grind yourself into bone dust for 35 years. Maybe you can retire at 66 and live the last 5 years of your life on, you know, retirement or whatever. But that's a fucking fantasy now in this country, right? But like, I refuse / can't. I can't as much as I refuse. They're the same amount. My inability to do it is the same as my amount of refusal to do it. So, fuck it. But we should read this article. Of course, it was paywalled. So, I'm using archive.ph. If you aren't aware, if you're trying to get your fucking news and you don't have, you know, you don't want to spend money, you don't have the money, because who the fuck does, go to archive.ph, paste in the URL at the top of whatever article you're trying to read, and I haven't found one that doesn't work yet. It's been 100% effective for me so far. But then of course, I posted about it on Twitter and someone came at me sideways because why the fuck not? They were like, so what you're saying is that journalists don't deserve to be paid.
What you're saying is you don't understand how newspapers work, or how journalists get paid.
Do you begrudgingly bemoan people who use GoodRx prescription coupons by saying bullshit fuckery like, so it sounds to me like you don't want the pharmacist to get paid? Shut the fuck up.
Or coupons.
Disrespectfully.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Okay. But let me catch up on this chat before we get into this. Bean, I have to deal with these kids I decided to have. It's not fair that you don't have to too. That is very much the energy, the vibe, the subtext on all this projected guilt. If you have children, then you have no right to tell me. If you have children, then you have no right to tell me how to raise myself. That's funny. I don't want kids because they smell funny and they make me uncomfortable. Hey, valid. Sylvia, I could barely handle my disorders. I could not handle a kid with them too. I would just break. Like, it's so much better to know that for yourself and to prevent that from happening. That is not selfish. Period. Period. Like, if someone else wants kids, have at it. I'm a meat bag full of trauma that doesn't want to make the same mistakes my parents made with me. Another extremely valid point. Then, of course, you'll have the people who come at you with, but you can break the cycle. You can unlearn all of that stuff. Yeah, bitch. Not overnight. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. And if you have to live a life around that, that's hard. It's hard. So again, making the decision to spare a hypothetical human being from a very difficult existence for any number of reasons is, in my opinion, the opposite of selfish. Period. Bean, I had an abortion once, and when I told my mom, she got upset. Not that I had to go through that alone, but that she wanted grandkids. And why didn't you tell me sooner? I would have helped you raise it. Like, bitch, I didn't want it. I'm so fucking sorry that that's the reaction that you got. Like, she was so close to getting the point. Like, she was so close. You know, it would have been totally valid for her to have been like, man, I'm sorry that you felt too uncomfortable to come to me about this. I'm sorry that I didn't create that space for you to feel safe and comfortable to talk to me about this. You know? Like, I was just thinking about this today. It's akin to this same thing, but like, I was going through a really bad mental health thing. I'll just leave it at that, right? A handful of years ago. And I called my parents and was like telling them and everything. And I remember my dad kind of got a little upset with me because I didn't talk to him about it. And I remember him saying, you've got to talk to me. You've got to talk to me. And I remember at the time feeling really guilty because I hadn't reached out to him. But of course, it's been a handful of years and I've made truckloads of late realizations. And why? Why didn't I? Why didn't I come to him? Why didn't I talk to him? Could it be because he literally falls asleep when I'm talking? Could it be because everything I try to talk to him about is dismissed because I'm being too sensitive or too this or not enough that? If someone's going through something and they confide in you that they went through a thing, your reaction, regardless of your fucking feelings, should be to berate and guilt that person for not coming to you sooner. Let's start there. Let's start there. We're most definitely going to be reading chapter 2 of Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents on Wednesday's stream. So get ready. Bring your lawyers, bring your notaries, bring your fucking notebooks and tissues, because we've got some shit to talk about. Yeah, and Bean, thank you so much for sharing that. You know, there's just so much that I've experienced that I'll never be able to share with my family. Because it would like kind of, I think, shake them to their core, because I'm going against their reasons for my existence. Whether or not they would ever outwardly admit it is neither here nor there, but it's the decades of their actions and the decades of the choices of words that they've used around me and to describe things, and the questions that they asked and didn't ask. But I can't come to them. I don't even feel safe or comfortable telling them that I'm not going to have children. And I'm turning 32 in December, and my mom had me when she was 32. And had my brother when she was 35. We were both planned. And I can't even keep a fucking succulent cactus alive, bro. Like, hello. And it doesn't behoove me to compare my younger self, or to compare myself at this age with her at that age. That was fucking 32 years ago. It was a different world, even though we live in generally the same area. And not to mention, I'm a completely different fucking person. I'm a separate entity with a life, a body, a soul, a mind, wishes, dreams, likes, dislikes, fears, experiences, stories, journeys that have nothing to do with anyone else. And I don't think my parents are ready for that conversation. I could be fucking wrong, you know. Maybe a cosmic coin toss took place, and that will result in them being very open and empathetic, and understanding and compassionate and patient. But I'm not seeing it. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything big in the chats. Whiskey, I just posted to Medium about my abortion, a pregnancy I wanted, and I'm terrified for my parents to see it. I'm in my 40s. Thank you for sharing, and I'm beyond honored and grateful that you feel safe and comfortable enough to share that here. Obviously, we love you, and I'm not going to ever fucking judge you for having kids, not having kids, having an abortion, not having an abortion. So it's story time. It's story time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, is it?
So, okay. So, last year, I was like sick for a handful of days with like a UTI or so, I thought, right? And around that time, I was switching case managers. Oh my God, that's a whole other story I haven't told you. I was switching case managers to the manager who I recently had and who I recently fired. And we had to have a mandatory in-person meeting and like intake where they interviewed me for an hour and a half about everything I've ever been through in my entire fucking life. And during that interview, I was like, they were just asking me about my health and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like I have a UTI. Like, I'm just feeling a little sickly. I've had a couple of them before. They fucking suck. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. If you're on a road trip, don't hold your pee. Because that's how I got mine. But, she was like, you need to go to the doctor about that. Like, please. Like, take that shit seriously. Because it can fuck you up if... She didn't say that, but essentially, they'll fuck you up if you don't treat them. So I went to urgent care, literally like a day or two later. And of course, if you're AFAB, if you own a uterus and you go to the doctor for any fucking reason, the first thing they ask you is, when was your last period? And are you pregnant? Are you sexually active? Do you use birth control? Just all the fucking questions, right? And it's really fucking invasive, and I fucking hate it, but I haven't thought so far ahead to know if there's a way around it or an alternative thing that would be better for society, like whatever. But I was like, actually, I'm like a couple days late. Like, I usually don't keep that great of a mental track on my periods, but for whatever reason, it was last year, so, like, I had dates in my head because I had, like, structure in my life with art shows and festivals and whatnot. And so they gave me a pregnancy test, and she came back in the room and told me that I was pregnant. And my stomach fell out of my ass. But also, I was like, bitch, you knew it. You knew it. You felt it in your bones. Because, I don't know, anybody who menstruates, I know y'all can feel me on this, even just a little bit, okay? And it doesn't matter your sexual orientation. I've had so many queer women come to me and say, yes, I've had this thought too. Like, if you think you might be a day or two late, you're like, well, there it goes. Like, one of my friends was like, I am a literal lesbian, but I think I'm pregnant right now. Like, of course you feel it in your bones. Every month you feel like you could be pregnant, even if you haven't even had sex that month, and then your period comes, you're like, okay, what? But I somehow knew it. So literally, I was like, okay, word. Do I have a UTI? They're like, yeah, you have a pretty bad UTI. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get that addressed. So I went to the parking lot and I called and made an appointment, and I got a medical abortion. There's a clinic in my area. I didn't have to drive out of state or anything crazy like that. It was a hellish process though. Between 4 weeks, I visited there 7 different times. It shouldn't have been that complicated, but I did face some complications. I did have to keep going back because it was still, my body was reacting as if it was actively still happening, even though it already happened. I'm just trying not to be graphic here. And then on like the fucking 18th of June, 2022, was my last appointment with them, where they like once and for all gave me an injection of something and it fixed me and I was better. My body stopped being like, you are actively giving birth right now, and I started to heal. Unfortunately, it made me anemic again. So I've been like trying to play catch up for like a year, trying to get my iron levels back on track. But I was going to have a visit on the 24th, June 24th morning, for like a final checkup after my previous appointment. And that morning, Roe v. Wade got overturned. And my appointment was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it got overturned at like 10:30 or something in the morning. And I called the clinic because the clinic, I didn't go out of state, but it was right on the state line, the next state over, right? And the state I live in is very different from the state that this clinic is in. It's backyard. It's backyard hooligans over there. It gives like Texas vibes, Florida vibes. It's Tennessee, right? Yeehaw, bitch. Very, very pro forced birth. So the clinic didn't answer the fucking phone because they were not there on the day of my final appointment there. So the cosmic timing of that shook me the fuck up for a very, very long time. Because if I hadn't had that UTI, I might not have found out that I was pregnant until a little bit later. If it was even 6 days later, I may not have been able to have my procedure. Our life could be looking a lot different right now. So I feel like you all were so open and candid with your stories, and I appreciate you so much. And it was like, I'm like, I need to tell this. Okay, Roe v. Wade was the bill, law, whatever term insert here in the United States that essentially protected abortion rights and the right to privacy and the right to essentially some form of bodily autonomy in the United States. It was established in, I want to say, the mid-70s. Jane Roe, you know, there's John Doe. The female equivalent of that is Jane Roe versus Wade, which, you know what? Let's fucking go on a journey. Let's figure this out. Because I don't want to talk out of my ass. Okay, yeah. It constitutionally protected our right to abortion in the United States. The case was brought on by Norma McCorvey, but under her legal name, Jane Roe, who in 1969 became pregnant with her third child. She wanted an abortion but lived in Texas, where abortion was illegal except when necessary to save the mother's life. And her lawyers filed a lawsuit on her behalf in U.S. federal court against her local district attorney, Henry Wade, alleging that Texas's abortion laws were unconstitutional. And they ruled in her favor. And in January 1973, the Supreme Court issued a 7-2 decision in McCorvey's favor, which is Jane Roe in this settlement, holding that the 14th Amendment of our Constitution, specifically the Due Process Clause, provides a fundamental right to privacy, which protects a pregnant woman's right to an abortion. So, when that was overturned on my half birthday in 2022, on the fucking morning of my final appointment at the local clinic, it not only endangered and essentially removed abortion rights nationwide, but also the right to privacy. So, like, this is more than just about abortion being overturned. Like, it's about your literal right to privacy with your medical records, with your body, right to privacy in other ways and forms, such as online even. It stretches a lot further and wider than the staunch, Bible-thumping, pro-forced birth people will tell you. Because they're only talking about protecting the babies. Well, I'm not trying to get into a pro-choice fucking rabbit hole here, so I'll spare you for tonight. But yeah, that's Roe v. Wade in a nutshell. So when that got overturned, a handful of states, abortion became illegal, effective within 30 days. Could not practice anymore. The clinic where I received mine had to start raising a GoFundMe because they wanted to move their clinic over the state line to where abortion was still legal and available. And I haven't followed up. I don't know if they accomplished that. But yeah, it's been a fucking nightmare. And that's why I painted that fucking guillotine with the red sky. So yeah, being a breeding sow for the state will really radicalize you, you know? All right. Let's fucking lighten the fucking
My money
mood.
don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
You never know what you're going to get on this fucking stream, so I just wanted to share that story. Okay, 1973, yes. All right. Here's the article. Child free by choice. 6 people reveal why they never want to be parents. 6 men and women tell Kasha Delgado why they are so certain about their decision not to have children and how it has affected their lives. In England and Wales, a 2020 YouGov study suggested that more than half of British 35 to 44-year-olds who haven't had kids never plan on doing so. I don't fit into that age bracket just yet, and I don't know if all of them do, but I'm going to see. I'm still... My fucking little Carmen Sandiego detective brain is still trying to figure out why I wasn't included. I'm not salty. I'm genuinely curious. But I'm not so curious that I'm going to put my fucking, social butterfly antennae out there and reach out to her. Like, she's busy and, like, I don't care that much. You know what I mean? But I do want to read this because I think it's interesting. And fucking validating. Okay. Trying to make sure it's good enough for everybody to read. But that also doesn't do the side scrolly motherfucking thing. Whatever. The assumption goes, you grow up, you have children. You might not be able to, but you'll probably try to make it happen somehow. Yet in England and Wales, a 2020 YouGov study suggested that more than half of British 35 to 44-year-olds who haven't had children never plan on doing so. More than half. That just hit me. That's relieving. In the US, a 2021 Pew Research Center study showed some 44% of non-parents aged 18 to 49 do not think they will have children, up from 37% just 3 years earlier. I would be very curious to see what the 2023 number is on that. More than half listed their main reason as don't want to have children, rather than more circumstantial factors such as medical issues or not wanting to raise a child without having a partner. You know, last stream was no is a complete sentence. This stream is don't want to is a complete reason. You don't owe anybody shit. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't owe anybody a justification for making choices about your life that is exactly yours, not theirs. They made their bed. They can go lie in it. You're doing your own thing over here, right? This child-free by choice movement is growing across the UK with an increasing number of online communities dedicated to celebrating and supporting those without children. Here, people tell why they... First of all, I am not shitting on this journalist whatsoever. I sincerely doubt she had anything to do with naming this newspaper. But naming anything just a single letter, looking at you, melon mustard, is a nightmare. Is a nightmare. You waste so much time having to explain what you're talking about. If you're verbally telling someone about newspaper, or you're like, is that a new fucking Kindle from Apple? Like, no, it's a publication. Is that the letter I or EYE? Just name it something, not a single letter, okay? That's my autistic gripe for the evening. Here, people tell why they are certain they do not want to become parents. My brain wouldn't cope. Erica Vanderwall, 39 from London, is a PR consultant at Colorful Comms. I've always been really great with kids. I'm an only child, and growing up, there weren't many kids my age in the neighborhood. So I often took to looking after the younger kids or playing things like school teachers. So we could still play together despite the age gaps. Please, why are we doing this right now? I was a huge fan of the Babysitters Club books. I remember those, and really wanted to be a professional babysitter at one stage too. I even asked to do my secondary schoolwork experience at a local childcare facility. I tell you this to highlight just how much I was into kids when I was a kid myself, before my personal anxieties, mental health concerns, and the reality of life as an adult revealed that actually physically having a baby is something I could never do. Oh my gosh, she's a fellow ADHDer, y'all. Late discovered. Let's go. At 36, I was diagnosed with combined type ADHD and suspected autism alongside it. Erica, shout out to you, my love. Shout out to you. Felt and same. You're in good company here in this room. I have also suffered with generalized anxiety. Yes, this is for Erica. Okay, she's probably never gonna see this, that's fine. I have also suffered with generalized anxiety my whole life too. This diagnosis helped me to understand why I have had problems maintaining relationships and why I have trouble with responsibilities like cooking and cleaning and generally getting out of bed in the morning. Yes! It also explained a lot of the mental struggles I have with everyday life and regulating my emotions. She's lovely. Enjoying a lovely drink. Living with a brain. Oh my God. A soul after my own heart. Living with a brain that consistently tells you how crap you are is really hard. Yes, and certainly not conducive to being a parent. Some days I struggle to remember to eat, to drink water, to pay my bills. Even if I did possess some instinct to want to be a mother, which I don't, I simply do not feel that I could provide a stable environment for a child when I struggle to do the same for myself first and foremost. Cut back to fucking 30 minutes ago, reading my statement. I can barely keep myself alive. That's exactly what I meant. Maintaining the meat suit so that I don't shrivel up and die. It's hard, dude. It's hard. And fuck anybody and everybody that comes at you sideways when you try to voice these issues and voice these problems and difficulties with advice that starts with the word just. If one more person ever tells me that I should just buy a planner, I'm going to make them eat it. I'm going to cut it up into little bites, pour it in a bowl, add some milk, and hand them a spoon. Spare me. I'm still excellent with kids and love all the children in my life, but I know that I could not handle the responsibility of being a parent as well as others do. I am happy being Auntie Erica to anyone who needs it, and I'm a parent to a rescue dog named Peanut, yes! And he's all the extra responsibility I can cope with in this life. Cut to us feeding a total of 8 or 9 cats per day. We are good with that.
Yeah.
We have 3 inside. Outside, we're up to 6 now. We've got another one in the fold. A big, beautiful black panther of a boy named Lemon with citrus yellow eyes. He is basically confirmed a boy. He has like the kind of like the Maine Coon snout, kind of like the Ron Perlman thing going. He's super fucking cute.
And the way he meows.
And the way he meows too.
It's very cute.
Yes. Shout out Erica. Shout out, dude, I'm so glad that she was included in this article. Late discovered ADHDer being open and frank about their reasons for wanting to live their life for them. Boom. Boom. Say less. Actually, don't. Actually, be the only person saying things. Okay, here's another one. I like caring for my dog. Another perfectly valid reason. Meredith Whiteley, 46, lives in mid-Wales and works as a meditation teacher and chocolatier. Oh my gosh, I love that. Having children just wasn't something I really saw for my future. In the way that some people always knew they wanted children, I realized by my early 20s that I don't. Me, I've known this since like 23, 22 even. Found Erica's Twitter. She seems very wholesome and lovely. Oh my God, drop her @ in the chat. I was open to... Okay. Early 20s, I don't. This is even though I come from a big family and really love being around kids. I was open to things maybe changing once I hit my 30s. I'm now in my mid-40s and have been with my husband for over 20 years, and it's not a choice I regret. I'm really happy being an auntie and godmother and having a little dog to care for. I also appreciate the flexibility and freedom that not having kids has allowed me over the years. Yes, I have a mix of friends with and without children, so it hasn't really felt like a big deal. Oh my goodness, look at the pupper. How lovely. My biological clock never started ticking. Oh man. The old biological clock. The one that they want looming over our heads to make these decisions for us at all times, right? Let me open this. Twitter. Oh, yes. Shout out Erica. I'm gonna follow her. We've got some mutual followsies. Amazing. Come on, Ginger. We love our redhead ADHD, don't we? Don't we? Okay, shout out Erica. Okay, Ruvani De Silva, age 43, is a British South Asian beverage, food, and culture writer living in Texas. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I waited and waited for the famous biological clock to start ticking, but it never happened. As my friends began to make the journey into motherhood that's expected of women, I've envied the closeness and camaraderie that comes from that shared experience. But one size of life choice doesn't fit all. And this is definitely true of motherhood. Listen. I know, the illusion of choice is a joke, but like, for real, we have more froyo flavors than we do mainstream political candidates to vote for office. And like, we split hairs about every possible fucking thing. But this patriarchal, end-stage capitalistic society really gaslights birthing people and birthing capable bodies of being like, oh, it's just a mild inconvenience. As if your literal organs don't get shifted around. And let me just say, full fucking disclosure, because we already talked about it. In that very, very short amount of time that I was pregnant, my brain, you know those fucking big tubes at the mall that open up this big glass door and you step in and then fucking hurricane wind starts blowing and it's like a hurricane simulator? That was my brain, with leaves and dust and glitter and hair and flower petals and cereal. Just I was not a human being. Hormonally fucked. And I have a lot of late discovered neurodivergent friends who gave birth and who became pregnant and who are realizing that they are just having such a difficult time physically and physiologically and psychologically coping with being pregnant. And yeah, it's far from a small, tiny inconvenience. You make it sound like a splinter when you say shit like that. BFFR. RN. Bitch. Okay. Stereotypical comments like, you'll feel different when it's yours, and you're really missing out, might come from a place of good intention, but in reality, they reinforce stigma against child-free women, which, like the stigma of most other unconventional life choices, can be exhausting to deal with, and is, and continues to be. Between the very real environmental environmental impact that having a child creates, the astronomical financial cost, and the simple fact that I enjoy my life the way it is, being child-free is absolutely the right choice for me. Although anyone from a family member to a stranger on the bus will still aim to persuade me otherwise. And to that I say,
Can you shut the fuck up?
Quickly. Saying I don't want the responsibility doesn't make me irresponsible. And saying I don't feel compelled to mother doesn't make me lazy or uncaring or selfish or a bad person or a bitch or cold or like inevitably lonely. Like, these people are bold, you know? The person who said that having kids is the original MLM was not lying. Oh, shit. It's a fucking scam, okay? MLMs are scams. Hey, girl, do you want to make money from home? Do you want to earn 4 digits a month passively? Be your own boss. Meet me at conference room 3 at the Ramada Inn for a conference. Bring a pen. And they're selling fucking makeup and vitamin powder. And if you find 3 friends that want to sell it too, you get to make the money that they make. And then they draw it out, and it is a literal isosceles triangle. And you're like, no thanks, Sarah. We're done here. Fuck MLMs. Maybe one day I'll share the story about how I briefly was roped into an MLM when I was in college.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
It was brief.
It was very brief. We all have different ways to contribute to the world, but our society places motherhood on a pedestal that eclipses other options and can pressure or shame women into thinking it is the only acceptable choice. I hope that as society evolves, we're able to embrace a more inclusive view of womanhood and that being child-free will be perceived to be as natural as motherhood. Yes, like with women, with speaking as a cis woman, the projections on me have always been, I'm thinking about it now and ironing it out and following it step for step, and even it contradicts itself. It's like, okay, don't settle down until you've gotten your degree. Okay, I have my degree now. Well, you better go do that career that you studied for. I studied opera in South Appalachia. Cricket. I actually, a handful of years later, found my life partner. And we don't want kids. Well, your career better really do well then, otherwise it will have been a waste of what could have been. And then if you decide to be a mother and have a career, you're selfish. I mean, it's as a cis woman, literally, we were born to and destined to fail. And to succeed and have a happy life that you actually wanted is to ignore the projections and the pressures of this capitalistic patriarchal society. I gotta read these. Girl, I like dick too, but no dick is worth taking care of another human. Betty White never had kids. Yeah, period. One of my favorite Capricorns. Is she a Capricorn? Yes, she is. Bean, ever since my brother's baby was born, my parents have been on to me to have one. Ugh! So they can have a grandchild they see often. Because your brother lives 300 miles away. So they're like, hey, Bean, we're lonely. And we like babies, but we don't like raising them as our own babies. So why don't you pop one out for us? Get the fuck out of here with that. Even though I literally struggle to take care of myself, I never leave the house because of anxiety. I can't work yet. They want me to have a baby for them. That's insane. I love that the chat is not pausing even though I scrolled up. Dude. Yeah, tell them to get their own. Be like, the foster care system and the adoption system is quite literally overflowing with children. Please go adopt one if you want one so bad. Oh, you don't want one? Why don't you want a child of your own? Mom and dad in your 50s and 60s. Really quickly. Because it's hard and it's expensive. Okay, cool. So you want to pawn off a lifetime of responsibility onto me? Because that's what you did even though you don't want to, and now that's why I'm here and we're having this conversation right now? Got it. Thank you so much for being honest. Thank you so much. Oh my God! I didn't expect to get so heated with this. But yet again, it is another topic that I am passionate about. Specifically because people are so passionate about trying to talk me out of it. If you just left me the fuck alone and minded your own, I wouldn't have to go so hard in the paint about it. You know what I mean? Back to Dave with sports. We'll be right back. I keep forgetting that I have that sound, so I like to use it sometimes. Okay, this is a picture of Ruvani. Living her fucking life, dude. And I love this for her. She looks so happy. So free. Also, those drinks look good. I like my freedom too much. Valid. Extremely. Luca Cupani, 46, is a British-Italian comedian in London. I don't want kids because if I had them, they should, rightly, be the center of my attention, and I would need to plan my whole life around their needs. My wife and I are a family of 2. We enjoy being free and being able to plan everything without worrying about a third person. I know that it sounds selfish, but in my view, it isn't more selfish than people planning to have kids because they expect them to take care of them once they are old.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
High key, that exact reason is why y'all are here watching this stream right now. It's why I am breathing air in and out of my fucking lungs. Can't wait to read chapter 2 on Wednesday with you folks. Okay, where are we? Oh, I don't think a kid should have any particular obligations toward their parents. They should be free to live their life anywhere they like. Kids don't owe you shit, parents. You know that. Objectively. We do not ask to be born. Did you ask to be born? Because I the fuck didn't. Humans are brought into this world for every conceivable reason and even no reason at all. And if your reason for having them is to just copy yourself and then hit paste, that's not fucking good. Take up a hobby instead. Maybe get a pet. Maybe become a foster parent. You know? Like, there are so many options besides just hitting copy paste. And hitting copy paste is a gross oversimplification. Like, there's so many reasons to have children, and I support all of them for whoever wants to have them. But I have the same energy for people who don't want to have kids. And I maintain that. Okay, people should become parents only if they really want it and if the idea makes them happy, not because they feel pressured by a moral obligation toward society. I grew up in Italy, where parenthood seemed to be an unavoidable step of adult life and a religious duty. Wow, yes, there's a whole religious aspect to it too, right? I am Catholic, so I remember God's words, "Be fruitful and increase in number." Well, in the past 30 years, the world's population increased from 5 to 8 billion. Is that true? Holy shit. So I'd rather be fruitful by living a happy life than by adding another human being on this planet. I discussed child-free life with my friend and fellow comedian Romina Puma on a podcast, cool, called No Kids, No Pain. So there's a Child-Free by Choice podcast for anyone who is interested. No kids, no pain. Very, very cool. Very, very valid. Okay. I put my health first. Anna Brooke, 43, lives in Frankfurt, Germany with her Welsh husband Gareth, working as a secondary school art and English teacher. I was born with a birth defect that makes it harder and more dangerous for me to bear children. I knew this from a very early age and it never felt like a big deal. So me being child-free is basically a choice to be healthy and not put myself and a potential child in unnecessary danger. And yes, people might say that this is an egoistic choice. It is. I want to live a good life. This article is so fucking relieving and validating. And I'm glad that people are just saying it with their fucking chest. What's this thing about projecting, oh, that's so selfish. Oh, you're so fucking selfish onto people? Is their choice affecting you besides being jealous that you don't get to sleep until X a.m. or p.m.? That if you have an extra $20, you can blow it on whatever you want to blow it on? A candy bar? Video game currency? Silly little, stupid little fucking earrings or scrunchies? Clack fans? Gavels?
Props.
Pretty little ceramic bowls. I knew this when I met my now husband, and within 3 months of us dating, I told him because I needed to know that he was aware of the fact that I would not have children. I would have been able to get pregnant and probably also bring a child into this world, but there were too many risks involved and it just wasn't important. I never saw myself as a mother. This is her. I love the fit. I love the glasses. She is giving. I'm a very nurturing and caring person. I hate it when people assume that just because someone doesn't have children, they're cold and egocentric. Never mind. I work with teenagers and I am godmother to 2 wonderful girls. However, there are a lot of aspects of being child-free and dealing with friends and even strangers that can be hurtful and very annoying. Real. It is very inappropriate to ask someone why they didn't/don't have children. Tell that to fucking WASP women. Tell that to Southern fucking Baptist women. Tell that to the ladies at fucking church that used to get you in the corner and hold your hand in both of their hands and say, now, are you and your husband trying for a baby? First of all, Agnes, let me take my hand back. Second of all, I know you did not ask me at 11:43 on a Sunday morning whether or not my husband is nutting in me. I know for a fact that you are not having this conversation with me. I'm prompted right now, Ethel. Bethany, Martha. Mind yours. Don't you have a fucking server to go harass at Texas Roadhouse after this?
Don't you have a steak and shake to darken the doorway?
I came.
Oh, God. Thank you. Huh?
I say from experience.
Yeah. Chug it? Okay.
Chug your water right now. Chug it. Do the thing with your finger, yeah.
Ow. I maybe should have looked. Cool. Sylvia, I had a former professor come up to me at work. I worked at a grocery store at the time and asked when I was due. I was like, sorry? She asked again when my baby was due. I told her I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat and wearing overalls.
honestly the best response.
Oh, yeah. PJ said that's the best possible response. Sylvia, no notes. Sylvia, 10 out of 10. I want to know what she said. I want to know if all of the blood left her face and she was horrified. Yeah. I would have bitten her kneecap, I think. I'd have been like, oh, I'm due right now to beat your ass, Helen. Right at the cash register. She just said, oh, sorry. Good luck in the future.
I feel like, bitch, good luck to you.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Apparently, you need help.
No. I'm losing all my props, bitch. No, 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 no. Don't fucking ask people when they're due. Okay? The only appropriate time, I'll turn the background music back on. We'll get back over to the other screen. The only time it's appropriate, in my personal opinion, to ask a pregnant person when they're due is at their baby shower and they're talking about it. Because even then, it's none of your fucking business. A person can be openly, vocally, proudly pregnant, 7 months, glorious 7-month pregnant belly. Not a free pass to walk up and touch it, people.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
Anyone but men specifically. You know what I mean? Fucking the audacity.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
They own every woman's body.
Well, I'm due for a Mondo Dookie in about 10 minutes. Care to join me? I'd have been like, it's a food baby. Her name is Margaret, and I'm about to go give birth. Dude, people suck. Officially. Don't ask people if they're pregnant, when they're due. Don't fucking touch people.
I love that Digimon theme song.
It's not that fucking hard. Digimon monsters. Okay. Yes. It's very inappropriate to ask. Okay? It's a very personal, intimate topic, but sometimes it feels like everyone is allowed a very public opinion. However, I do not appreciate being asked by colleagues whom I barely know outside of work why I don't have children. First of all, why does it matter? It does not change who I am, how good I am at my job, or how well I work with my colleagues. It's because they're a bunch of nosy fucks that need some water cooler goss, that are looking for their next fix of tea. Please. Secondly, what if I was with someone who tried and really wanted kids but couldn't have them? What if there are health reasons, which there are? People are incredibly insensitive when it comes to women not having children. Leave people the fuck alone. Leave people alone. Okay? Okay. I have now had a hysterectomy for health reasons, and I'm at an age where people are less inclined to ask, but I do come across the question still, and I can see in people's faces that they think I don't understand certain things, like worry, love, responsibility, and so on. I wish there was more acceptance and recognition of women as valuable parts of society in general. I would move my mic up, but it can't move any further, but I would... And more recognition of people's freedom of choice. It's not that hard to mind your business. It's easier to just not. So maybe don't. You know? I don't need to give birth in order to understand, comprehend, and experience love. To experience worry, fear, connection, responsibility, urgency, compassion, empathy, patience.
It wasn't care that I found from my parents, it was control.
PJ just spoke poetry, and I will repeat what he said in case you didn't hear it. It wasn't care that he got from his parents and that he learned from his parents. It was control. Period. Period. Especially by use of, in both of our cases, for that point, corporal punishment. Getting our ass beat. Beat. On the Rex.
For any reason.
For any reason and for no reason at all. Part of me coming to retroactive realizations was realizing that the bulk majority of my personal punishments that I received were due to neurodivergent traits that showed up in forms of autism and ADHD for me. Why I had trouble keeping a clean room, why I had trouble remembering to do my chores, when I had trouble regulating my emotions, when I was overwhelmed, like sensorily, but didn't have the words for that. So instead, it just came out as like snappy and like short-circuited and angry, and why I asked so many clarifying questions that was seen as back talk. So why the fuck? Why the fuck? If that was you doing the best you could do. That's what I was taught. That's the shit that I've spent the last 2 years actively unlearning. And actively creating new neural pathways that don't tell me all the time that I'm a piece of shit that doesn't deserve to breathe air. And I'm just now getting the hang of that. So don't make me bring a kid into the mix so I can fuck them up the same way y'all fuck me up. Because you got me fucked up. Okay?
Fucked up?
Fucked up. I think this is the last one. I grew up in relative chaos and already parented my siblings. We're reading that book on Wednesday, bitch. Charlie Harding, 36, lives in Bristol and works in freelance marketing. People often ask me when they find out I'm child-free, what made me choose that path? And the honest answer is that it wasn't a choice at all. I am in awe of anyone who makes a conscious and thoughtful decision to not have children. For me, I just never had the urge. That is so valid. So fucking valid. Love this outfit. Queer brewing. Yes. I love this. Tag yourself. This is me. I'm always throwing up thumb signs and peace signs and pictures that I don't know are being taken until I see it. It's like my it's kind of like my startle reflex. I spent most of my adult life side-eyeing new parents, wondering what it could possibly feel like to have the urge to no longer have your life your own. It's a desire, a need that I cannot possibly understand. I'm the eldest of 4 who grew up in relative chaos. I did my parenting already. Oof. And it didn't suit me one bit. Yeah, fuck. Eldest of 4? Jesus. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I'm the eldest of 2, and we weren't latchkey kids. We were helicopter kids. But I was still parentified to a pretty fucked up extent. It was less take care of your brother as if you're his parent, and more, here are my adult-sized problems. Pick them up. Helicopter. Perfect. Perfect. I was parentified by way of, here are my adult-sized problems, you little child. Pick them up with your hands and don't fucking drop them, because you're responsible for solving them now, okay? Don't fuck it up. Ugh. Now, I love the freedom that being single and without children affords me, and see less and less of the you'll change your minds and the pearl clutching that a future man in my life might want children, and I may deny him his ability to do so. Dump her. Go find somebody that wants to have kids. It's simple, Derek. It's simple, Chad. It's simple. Boris, I don't know. I remember, I'm really bad at pulling names out of the air. I aspire to be a role model for women who realize the well-trodden path of motherhood isn't for them and show them that a life forged in your own way can exist. This article was really good. This is really good. Yeah. The youngest person in this interview is 36. I feel like maybe she saw my tweet and didn't know what she was getting into. I am a young, bold, brash, belong in the trash American who doesn't want kids. And I'm 10 toes down on that bitch, and I'm not changing. We are not changing. Hi, Pidgel. We love our life together. We love our family that we have. Like, first, it's real nice, he said. It's real good. For both of us, for most of our lives, we were surrounded by chaos and instability and trauma and uncertainty and undue punishment for being ourselves. Neither one of us knew that we were neurodivergent, knew what autism really even was, or ADHD even really was, or that we both had both when we met each other. And we are both helping each other through that realization. And us both realizing that has illuminated for us, respectively, what we want out of life. And it's solidified it for me, and Pidge has said plenty of times it's solidified it for him too. Like, and I promise, baby, I'm not trying to speak on your behalf here. Like, you're more than welcome to chime in at any point. We talk about this all the time. Why are you making that face? You're fucking with me, I know, but people are going to be like, oh, look at him in the background. Is he blink twice if you need help? Please.
That's what I'm talking about.
These motherfuckers don't need any more fodder from me, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
No, you got it. Like, you can articulate the things we've talked about because you remember better. And I'm like, I'll bring up you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fair. But the life that we're building for ourselves and our cats and our careers is going so well, and like our default state of being is contentedness and peace. Why the fuck would we rock that boat? We're not rich. We're not even middle class as far as money goes. Why the fuck would we bring a child into the mix? Inevitable suffering would take place. Inevitable scarcity would take place. I'm not interested in partaking in that life for myself. I'm not interested in raising a human being in that life for my personal life. If you are chronically ill, disabled, in poverty, any sort of situation whatsoever, that does not mean that you shouldn't have children. That doesn't mean that you don't deserve to have children. For me in my life, and PJ in his life, and us in our life, they're two completely different timelines. There are infinite timelines out there, and in infinite other timelines, we have kids of different amounts and different ages, and like, I'm sure all of that's happening simultaneously, right? But in this one right here, we don't have to, scrounge our resources and go without and whittle ourselves down to the bone and do something that we fundamentally don't want to do. That in and of itself should be reason enough, but it never is for some people, It never is. But I'm super glad that this conversation came about, because we are child-free by choice, and I don't talk about it like verbally as much. I mean, I post about it sometimes in word form, but talking it out is nice, and hearing what y'all have to say is nice about it, and it's validating and fucking relieving to know that here in this space, we can let our hair down, we can take a deep fucking breath, we can exist in our realities openly, and you're not judged for them. you know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for the evening. Is there anything you'd like to add by way of child freeness or anything?
I love you.
I love you, baby.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, my, it's sort of, I think babies are cute.
Babies are cute.
But that's not a reason to have kids.
That is not a reason to have kids.
You know, if I ever want to be astounded by the cuteness and the majesticness of a newborn baby, I'll scroll the fucking Reddit.
Yes, they have Reddits with like wholesome Reddit. Like if you need that, if you're like, man, I just want to see like a young innocent like kitten, puppy, baby penguin, baby human enjoying life, laughing, playing. Like there's all kinds of online spaces to get to scratch that itch in your brain without giving birth to a human.
Right.
Because that's oof. You have to keep them alive by law and try not to fuck them up and traumatize them. And it's just, I can't think of a higher stakes situation that people are pawning off as just mild inconveniences. Oh, it's the greatest thing in the world. Every single person who has kids knows it was the best idea they've ever fucking had. There are online spaces who exist for people who have children and who regret having children. And they spend, I've read a lot of those posts, and a lot of them spend a lot of time stating and reiterating that they absolutely love their kids, that they don't take their regret out on their children in any way. But a lot of them, it's like, yeah, once I have them, you know, in bed for the night and I can fucking take a breath, it makes me miss my freedom. And that's real. That's real shit. And I have to be in a specific mind or a specific headspace to read about that, because it's heartbreaking to read the story of anyone who's living a life that they feel like they're trapped in. Whether it's a marriage or a shitty ass job or, you know, getting pressured into having children because you thought that's what you were supposed to do. And that's what your family has imbued upon you pressure-wise for your whole life. And they've made it seem like it's your fucking destiny and shit. Like, what if it's not? Like I said in my statement, my capacity and my physical capacity to give birth has fuck all to do with my chosen path. The capacity is there. I am choosing not to use that capacity. And I'm at complete peace with that. Complete peace with that. Like some of those people in that interview were like, I never got the urge. And I also hear a lot of like cis women my age and around my age talking about getting baby fever. I've had classmates in like their fucking late teens, early 20s talking about getting baby fever. And I never really felt that. Like, I don't even know if I could describe it into words. I've definitely had kitten fever.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, I want a kitten so bad. I've had Chipotle fever. Scrolling through, see a fucking ad for a burrito bowl. I said, oh, I'm getting one of those. I don't know if it's the best idea to have a kid just because you feel like you really want one because you got baby fever.
Yeah, because that's all. Fevers don't last forever.
Fevers don't last forever. Fevers don't last forever. Do I eat at Chipotle every 3 to 4 days? Yes. But there are plenty of times that I don't.
It's a lot less impactful than having a child.
Yeah, taking a big old Mondo Dookie and just being done with it is a lot less impactful long term than having a human child. Welp. I think that'll do it for this evening, y'all. This one got a little deep, and I feel like it needed to, because it's hard not to talk about this stuff in an adult environment and not talk about the fucking realities that we've been through. And I love when our streams, like, help me segue idea-wise into what the next stream is going to be like. So, next stream, we're going to be reading chapter 2 of Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. So strap in, bring your lawyers, bring your tissues, bring your note-taking tools if you wish. As always, and by always I mean like the past 9 times, this stream will live forever on YouTube. I will have it up within the next day or two. And subscribe to me there, please. I'm approaching, I think 300 followers on there. No, it's at like 244 or something on the YouTube ski. That's potatum with the number 8. And follow me on TikTok there as well, potatum with the number 8, and Twitter, potatum number 8. And yeah, go check out my fucking merch. If nothing there tickles your fancy bone, check back every day or two. I will constantly be posting about it on Twitter. New designs and stuff that I'm posting. I'm so fucking pumped for this launch. I love that y'all love the stuff too. I made shit that I like and that I want to wear, but I'm glad that y'all dig it too. Your cousin says they do watch me. Hello, Eden's cousin. I hope you're having a good day. I love you guys so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. Lurkers, listeners now and later. I hope you're having a beautiful time zone, wherever thou may art. Eden? Chompy is your cousin? We love Chompy in this house. This is a Chompy stan.
That's hilarious.
Stream.
We love Chompy.
We love Chompy so
Oh my
fucking
goodness.
much.
That's
Your
really,
cousin
really
is
funny.
based and real. Holy shit. Chompy's the best.
I'm like, oh yeah, Chompy, yeah.
I need to get some mushroom emotes for Chompy. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for hanging with me this evening, and I'll see y'all bitches on Wednesday. Bye.
Balls.